Ah, yes, Ashenvale, such a peaceful and nice zone. All trees and flowers, truly the best zone for an environment-loving night elf such as me. Oh my god, stop gangbanging me! No, no! Oh my god, I hate this place. Well, that summed up my Ashenvale experience nicely. Killed by a horde, killed by furbolgs, and decided that perhaps we want to level up somewhere else for a while, so the moment we ding level 24, we got the fuck out of there. Now, the next episode of this 1 to 60 story is a bit controversial. You see a thing or two happen, one thing led to another, and I ended up kind of sort of cheating on my wife. Now, of course, I'm not talking about having sex with a male night elf, that would just be silly. No, it's something else. You see, I played without her. Now, you may think it's not a big deal, but you see, we had a promise made to each other to only play together, and I broke it. I betrayed her while she was at work. I spent my lunchtime on a workday leveling lockpicking in Redridge. Of course, being the straightforward person that I am, I confessed to her soon after, and let me tell you this, it did not end well. You see, my wife is a peculiar person. In the words of one of my all-time favorite comedians, Bo Burnham, she has this fetish. She likes to dress up as herself and act like a fucking bitch all the time. But enough of this, it's not a memory I enjoyed revisiting, so let's move forward where we continue questing in Redridge, and of course getting gangbanged by Furbolg's little brothers, Nulls.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Also did that hell of an elite zone in Redridge, and as we finished it, we were all set for Stockades. It's probably the least fascinating dungeon of all, and it just overall makes no sense. Just think about it, a freaking riot in the middle of the largest Alliance city? Why not just send a few of those level 55 elites guarding the entrance to the city, and they'll wipe the floor with them in a minute? I mean, just how much of a pussies Alliance is to have this riot happening in the first place? Fuck man, it's one of those instances when I wish I had rolled the horde, but how the fuck can you look at this? Holy shit, it's disgusting. I wish night elves were like those arrogant pricks and belonged to the horde. Hell, if I ever make a Gildan classic, I'll probably name it for the horde. Or Lawbringer, that one's good too. Regardless, horde is disgusting, so here I am stuck with Alliance. Anyway, where was I? Stockades. Pretty easy dungeon. Fear and wipe and Stockades, name a better deal. I'll wait. But we did learn our lesson, clear the goddamn entire room before going for the last boss. Anyway, now that we were done with the dungeon, we were all set for the best parts of the dungeon, the quest it opens, which is a role-playing quest for the most part. You go talk to a few guys, and this guy asks you to bring some apples and some cloth to help with this quest to sniff out Stormwind Trader. The sniffing out part is done by disguising a robot as a sexy young female. I mean, what else can you expect from a gnome, I guess? Now, the sexy female part I'll leave to your imagination as I kind of fucked up and didn't record it. But here, let me help you out a bit. Well, anyway, I'm sure this quest makes a lot of sense somehow. But when all of that is good and done, then you get your reward. An amazing blue ring with agility, strength, stamina, you name it. Everything for an early game character. You can probably expect to continue with this ring for a good 10 to 15 levels on just about every class, so definitely worth the role-playing hassle of running around if you ask me. Either way, finishing this quest got us both to level 26, so we decided we were finally strong enough to head back to Ashenvale. We were wrong though. But just before then, if I may take a slight detour in this story, while my wife was working again, I kind of, sort of, cheated on her again. Now this time I had a proper excuse, I swear. You see, I was already level 26 and I only had 9 gold. I was 2/3 of the way done to level 40 and I only had 10% of the gold needed for a mount. So I was starting to feel a bit pressured for upping my cash making game. So I went into South Shore to pickpocket some while also doing a rogue quest on the side. It's actually a quest I don't really get. It's kind of repeatable quest where you need to get syndicate emblems for the Ravenhold faction, Assassin's League I think it's called or something. But here's the thing, I don't think the reputation gives you literally anything, so not sure why I even did this quest. Either way, probably made a few gold before heading back to playing with my wife. So Ashen Vale it is, but this time we were pretty high levels, both at 26, so now it was the Horde getting their ass whooped by us. But that aside, there were actually quite a few quests available I didn't even know existed, so we went on some exploration, cause neither of us had ever done them before, like Reins, I think it's Reins Cleansing, and Canef Stillwind for example. Now, while exploring, we actually found the original entrance to Warsong Gulch. Obviously, it's absolutely useless, but still pretty cool to check it out. We probably spent a good hour exploring everything before we finally found the guy we needed. To our surprise, the quests were still just slightly above our level, so we instead decided to head into another dungeon, Black Fathoms Deep. Now, this one is a lot better than Stokade's, has a bunch of pretty cool mechanics and whatnot, as well as you can also meet some Horde on your way there and wipe them on sight. You guys have no idea how good it felt paying them back for all the Zormstrand bullshit. As for the dungeon itself, went smooth. We went to kill one of the more hidden bosses, old Sericus, just beneath the Twilight Zone. Now for rogues, this is a must-kill boss, because he drops an amazing dagger, Bite of Sericus, which, what do you know, actually dropped for me. It was pretty much twice the damage of my current offhand, which by the way was still the white dagger some random guy in Deadmines gave me when my weapons broke there. So yeah, that thing was just absolutely massive for me. Now, as we finished the dungeon rather smoothly, we couldn't finish one of the quests, Twilight Falls, which requires you to get 10 Twilight Pendants. Now, this is a hassle of a quest, as I've probably never seen all 5 people being able to complete the quest in a single dungeon run. The drop rates are just too low and the mob spawns are just too few. So we decided to do another run. Now, remember what I said about Fear and Stockade Wipe being the most iconic duo? I think I should change my mind. People complain about hunter pets, just look at this mage, what a prick. Now, naturally, as I set my eyes on the massive horde of enemies coming our way, I knew at that moment that he fucked us up. He fucked us up good. So I did the only reasonable thing a rogue can do and said, fuck you guys, you're on your own. Of course I managed to fuck that up and got hit by AoE wiping me together like a true party member. So, level 29, done with Black Fathoms Deep twice, 10 gold in my bank account. What do I do next? Go cheat on my wife again. I swear, baby, this is the last time. Please don't hit me. I'm sorry, truly I am. I think at this point Warlock quests started popping up in preparation for the level 40 mount, so I had to make up to my wife by heading to Shadowfang Keep with her. I had actually never done this dungeon properly, at least, so I didn't mind it as much. It's a pretty cool dungeon overall, kind of hard to get as it's in Horde zone, which is kind of annoying. The only dungeons in purely Alliance zone is Deadmines, obviously Stockade don't count. Horde, on the other hand, have Shadowfang Keep, Scarlet Monastery, Razorfen Kraul, and Downs, as well as kind of Wailing Caverns. At least for lever workers, they're pretty awesome. So it feels undeservingly bad being an Alliance when leveling if you're the type to enjoy dungeons as much as I do. I'd go as far as calling it factionism on the developer side. Either way, I guess we were slightly over-leveled, so it wasn't too difficult getting there. The entire party was over-leveled actually, which resulted in too smooth of a run for my taste. I couldn't just feel the thrill of a dungeon, you know? Wiping due to a brain-dead gnome aggroing the entire room is good memory, so yeah, I felt a bit disappointed and down during the run. But then this shit dropped and changed everything. A freaking level 19 dagger with 15.5 damage per second. It's so fucking good, it had actually higher upper damage than the sword I was using, which meant it's a better main hand for my Sinister Strike. Not only that, 4 agility and 3 strength? Holy fuck, that's awesome. The only sad part is obviously I was already level 29, so I was bound to get a better sword suit, and I wouldn't be able to use that much of this puppy. But still, that's a massive drop, and luckily I was the only rogue in the party, so got it without much contest. This alone made my entire Sunday spent gaming totally worth it. With that said, I prefer my videos ending on a sad, depressive note, like most of my life. So after finishing this dungeon, we headed to Darkshire to level up for a bit there. It was a nice and calm Sunday evening when me and my wife both started feeling so tired and sleepy that we couldn't even finish the quest before heading to the bed. Now, what does this have to do with ending the video on a depressive note? This might be the first time I realized I may be bringing shame to the name Hardcore Gamer. It was only a few minutes past midnight. We live an hour ahead of whatever time zone is used for in-game clock, so it was only a few minutes past midnight. We were only halfway done with our quest, and we were calling it a day. We were heading to sleep because, you know, tomorrow is Monday, gotta wake up early, be productive, go to work. Like, how lame is that? Am I a grandpa gamer already? It kind of made me question some of my decisions in life. Maybe I'm not a gamer anymore. But then again, Slashplay tells otherwise, so let's leave it at that. Thank you all for watching. Drop a comment if you have anything to say, and if you don't, just call me a moron or something. So yeah, hopefully see you guys in the comment section. Cheers! Hey, this sounds just like you smashing that subscribe button after seeing this video.